On November 17, 2025, a court in Dhaka delivered a verdict that shook Bangladesh and reverberated across the world. Sheikh Hasina, the long-standing prime minister, was sentenced to death for crimes against humanity, a student-led uprising. Hundreds, perhaps more than 1,000, killed. A massacre of a generation. And now, the woman once called the Iron Lady of Bengal could pay the ultimate price. Stick with me. In this video, we'll uncover how she was brought to this point, why people are celebrating, why others say this is a political witch hunt, and what it means for Bangladesh's fragile future. By the end, you decide. Was this justice or revenge? To understand this trial, you must first understand how we got here. In mid-2024, a student-led uprising erupted across Bangladesh's universities. What began as a protest over civil service quotas spiraled into mass demands for political change. Thousands took to the streets, fueled by youthful energy and deep frustration, but the government responded with force, according to both UN reports and interim authorities. Hundreds, possibly up to 1,400 people, were killed. Security forces deployed lethal weapons. Helicopters, drones, and live ammunition were allegedly used. For many activists, the crackdown was proof Hasina had gone too far for her supporters. It was a chaotic moment, a breakdown of order. The violence didn't just claim lives, it toppled a regime. By August 2024, Hasina's 15-year rule was over. She fled to India, seeking refuge. Her political party, the Awami League, was banned, and the country entered a dangerous new chapter under an interim government led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus. In early 2025, the newly formed International Crimes Tribunal (ICT) in Dhaka reopened under the interim government's mandate. The tribunal's mission to hold Hasina and her top associates accountable for the bloodshed. Prosecutors charged her with multiple crimes against humanity, incitement of violence, ordering killings during the protests, failing to prevent atrocities committed by security forces. Her co-defendant, Asadit Samin Khan, her former home minister, also sentenced to death. A former police chief, Chowdhury Abdullah Al-Mamun, turned state witness and pleaded guilty, receiving a prison term. The tribunal was televised live. Families of victims watched every moment, waiting for justice. But Hasina didn't attend. She remained in exile in India, calling the trials biased and politically motivated. November 17th, the day the verdict was read. In a packed courtroom, Judge Golam Mortuza Mozumdar declared Hasina guilty on all key counts: incitement, ordering killings, and failing to prevent the violence. He said the state had used drones, helicopters, and lethal weapons on civilians, and Hasina had known, directed, and failed to stop it. The sentence, death. As the verdict was pronounced, the courtroom erupted. Some wept, others cheered, but outside Dhaka, the reaction was COMBUSTIBLE. Streets around the tribunal were locked down by army and paramilitary troops. Security was tight. The city braced for unrest. A bomb had even been hurled near the courtroom earlier, triggering panic. The verdict split Bangladesh. Supporters of the ruling interim government saw it as a moral reckoning. Leader Muhammad Yunus called the verdict historic, claiming it delivered justice to the martyrs of the uprising. Victim families felt vindicated. For many, this was their moment of closure, but critics cried foul. Hasina herself condemned the tribunal, rigged, politically motivated, she said. International observers raised red flags. The UN Human Rights Office acknowledged the importance of accountability, but questioned due process. Opponents argued that trying a political leader in absentia set a dangerous precedent, and worried that the death sentence was more about power than justice. Beyond the courtroom, the implications are massive. First, political instability. The ruling comes just months before Bangladesh's next elections, scheduled for February 2026. Hasina's party is already banned. Will her death sentence radicalize her supporters? Can her ideology survive without her? Second, international tension. Bangladesh has formally asked India to extradite Hasina, but New Delhi has remained non-committal. Analysts warn this could worsen diplomatic ties and destabilize the region. Third, legal legitimacy. Critics say the tribunal was formed by a government with no democratic mandate. Was this justice or a political purge? The most powerful moment came not in court, but in the faces of those it affected. During the live verdict, the families of slain students rose to their feet. Some wept softly. One father collapsed to his knees, placing his hands on his head. A mother screamed Hasina's name, demanding she face her guilt. In exile, Hasina sent a final message via her legal team. She would never surrender. She called the death sentence a political weapon, a message to silence dissent. The courtroom is quiet now. The verdict is in. But the story is far from over. Sheikh Hasina has been sentenced to death, but she remains in India, free. Her party is banned. Her opponents celebrate. Her supporters are furious. So here's the question we end with. Is this death sentence a historic act of justice, or the final act of a political purge? When power changes hands so violently, when regimes rise and fall by force, who really pays the price? The people or the leaders?